Welcome back to the Rising Parent Podcast, where we dive into the messy, beautiful world of parenthood with expert advice and a whole lot of empathy. I'm your host, Tim, and today we're tackling a topic that keeps many new parents up at night, literally, infant sleep. We've all been there, right? Wide awake at 3 a.m., wondering if we'll ever sleep again. Well, today we're incredibly lucky to have Edna Vartko with us, the author of The Sleepless Infant, Survival Strategies for the First 12 Months. Edna, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Tim. I'm excited to be here.
Edna, your book is a lifeline for so many sleep-deprived parents. What inspired you to write The Sleepless Infant?
Well, as a parenting coach, I've sat with thousands of parents. I've seen so much exhaustion and feelings of inadequacy. I realized there was a real need for a guide that offers not just strategies, but also reassurance, kindness, and an understanding of the science behind infant sleep.
I love that you emphasize that parents aren't failing. It's such an important message. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. One of the biggest problems I see is that parents compare their babies to these mythical perfect sleepers they see online. Sleep isn't a report card. Babies wake up for very valid reasons, often for their safety. It is wired into their DNA to check that all is safe.
That's a great point. It shifts the perspective from frustration to understanding. Your book dives into the biology of sleep. Can you give us a brief overview of how infant sleep differs from adult sleep?
I'd love to. The critical thing to understand is that newborn baby sleep cycles are much shorter, lasting about 45 to 50 minutes. This means they have more opportunities to wake up fully. Also, newborns don't have a body clock yet. It's why so many want to party at 3 a.m. It's our job to help them learn the difference between day and night.
That makes perfect sense. So, what are some practical steps parents can take to establish healthy sleep habits from the start?
In my book, I recommend creating the fourth trimester by recreating the conditions a baby is used to in the womb. That means creating the ABCs of sleep by creating a safe sleep environment, creating a sleep sanctuary by making it dark, using white noise, and keeping the room cool are all incredibly helpful. One of the things that can be done is recreating what they're used to inside the womb by implementing the 5 S's: swaddle, side or stomach position, shush, swing, and suck.
What about that dreaded 4-month sleep regression? Can you demystify that a bit for our listeners?
I don't like to call it a regression, but a progression. At this stage, babies have more transitions. That means more waking up. This is the time not only to remember the ABCs, but implement them, create a routine, and practice falling asleep while drowsy but awake.
Edna, let's talk about sleep training. It's a controversial topic. What's your approach?
The most important thing to do is know your parenting style and stick to it, no matter the method. Fading, check and console, or extinction, it will cause a disaster if the method is used inconsistently.
Once a good sleep pattern is established, how can parents keep it going?
There are always going to be bumps in the road. Teething, illness, travel, life happens. My 80-20 rule is to stick to the routine 80% of the time and allow for flexibility the other 20. A week of sickness won't undo everything.
Your book also emphasizes the importance of parental self-care. Why is that so crucial?
You know the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. Sleep deprivation is a major trigger for mood disorders. It's essential to prioritize your mental and physical well-being, even in small ways. The book recommends the shift system so each parent gets the sleep they need.
Edna, this has been incredibly insightful. What are the top 3 takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
Here's what I want every parent to know. 1, you're not failing. You're dealing with a biologically normal stage of development. 2, trust your intuition. You know your baby best. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for following your gut. And 3, this is temporary. There will be brighter mornings ahead.
Such empowering words. Edna, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. Where can our listeners find your book, The Sleepless Infant, and learn more about your work?
My pleasure, Tim. You can find The Sleepless Infant at risingparent.org in the Books and Guides section.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. A huge thanks again to Edna Vartko for shedding light on the often murky world of infant sleep. Remember, listeners, you're doing a great job. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, rate, and review the Rising Parent Podcast. Your support helps us bring more valuable content to fellow parents. Until next time, take care and get some rest when you can.